She's got great chat.
I was coming back here to tell you I loved you.
I licked her tit or whatever.
You know, got quicksand. It's like the equivalent, it's made out of dicks.
It's banter. I'm a mommy.
Mommy?
I'm a mom.
Mamacita.
Mommy.
Like a mom of what? A dog?
Are you joking?
You are a liar, actress.
So fast, crazy.
She's got chat.
First things first, banning Durkins and all McDonald's burgers. And if you still are eating those Durkins, grow up, because they're minging.
Hello and welcome to She's Got the Chat. I am Laura.
And I am Ari.
Holy shit, Ari. These episodes were fucking insane.
This season is so good. I was really scared that it was going to be a flop, and Casa Ford has completely changed. Did you send me something, or was it Elise sent us something that was like, they really said for James and then did the
I sent that to you. I sent that to you yesterday.
I said this
screamed.
on the podcast. This is what he would have wanted.
We did. Yes, you did say that. Absolutely. They were just like, shout out James. Let's fucking go. Grip it and rip it.
Yeah, we're going to have like a few sad, emotional episodes, and then we're going to fuck it up the rest of the season.
Oh, and have they fucked it up ever? Oh my God. I'm literally like foaming at the mouth to discuss this. Like I actually like can't wait to talk about this.
I know, but we have business as always.
Just a little bit of this up top. As a reminder, you can submit a hot take. Let us know what you think of this season. You can submit that hot take. It should be 1 minute or less. Please record yourself and then submit it in our Discord. You can find the link for our Discord in our Instagram bio.
Yes. I also want to say this up top because I know fewer people make it to the end of the episode, but we do recap other shows. So keep your eyes on our feed. We will probably recap The Traitors. We recap All Stars. I personally have not been watching Love Island UK because I've had too much going on in my life to handle watching 2 Love Islands at a time. We will be watching it at the very least once this season of USA is over. So anyway, just be aware. And if you want for us to recap a specific show, let us know and we'd be happy to do that for you.
Definitely.
But for now, please share this podcast with a friend and leave us a 5-star review. I know that we say this every time, but like genuinely, if I'm talking to you, the person that hasn't done it, I'm talking to you. I need you to do it now. Because we actually are getting we're getting some reviews, but we're not getting reviews that we can shout out because they're just 5 stars, which is very appreciated. You can always do that. But if you want us to shout you out, you need to rate something.
Yes.
As well. So, but do it. Like literally, I'm talking to you. You think I'm talking to you. I am. Pause the episode. We'll give you a second to go leave a 5-star review.
Yes, please. And don't forget to share this podcast with a friend. As always, it is very important to spread the word.
I think that we're getting significantly less downloads this year than last year, partially because of the World Cup. I don't know. There's really no way.
I know. I think so too.
Know. If you think that that is a more important sport than Love Island, like we need to have a chat about your priorities.
Agreed.
My dad was like, ha ha ha, as if there's like a lot of overlap between Love Island and the World Cup. I was like, there is.
There is. There's so many sports. There's a lot going on right now. It's a lot for people to be watching and engaging in online. I feel like that was kind of the big thing. Like last year, everyone was like so wrapped up in Love Island because there like really wasn't that much else going on in the summer, at least pop culture wise. There's a lot happening right now. So understandable if you're multitasking with your attention.
Understandable, but unacceptable.
True.
This is like, come on, this is like the juiciest part of the season. Like we have so much to discuss. Let's make it a good one to close it out here.
Absolutely.
Last piece of business, please follow us on all social media at She's Got the Chat. We also are on YouTube at She's Got the Chat. We post clips, we post links. Sometimes we post other things as well. Okay, follow us, like us, leave us 5 stars, tell people about us, do all the things. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. Do it.
And thank you if you have.
Yeah.
Always appreciated.
All right. Without further ado, let's get into episode 23.
Let's chat. Yes. Okay. And we start off episode 23 with the post-Casa recoupling. The girls are comforting Aniya while she cries about how Casey doesn't even want to have a conversation with her. She then hears the Casa girls laughing and says that she wants to go home.
Like with Casey, they're like at the fire
I
pit
know.
and Casey is laughing with them.
This was awful, honestly.
Yeah.
It was, it made me so sad for her. Ugh. Zach then says that the vibe in Casa was good, but now coming back, now it's not so good.
But now that we have to deal with the repercussion of our actions, I'm liking it less.
Right. And Parmita's like, it's because we're not fucking 21 or 22 years old. We're grown.
Okay.
Bitch, please.
Sure.
Okay, what are you, 24?
I think she's actually 27.
Okay, well, you're still
You
not
know
as
who
old as
is
me.
21 or 22?
Corbin.
The guy you're talking to.
Literally, like that kind of argument is insane to me. Also, like Trinity is pretty mature for a 21 and 22-year-old.
Right.
There's no reason to be dissing their age. Age does not equal maturity, as we all know that.
Well, also, it's just like this blaming of the girls in the villa for bringing the vibe down versus
Right.
like blaming the boys for their actions.
Very good point. Very good point. Melanie then hypes up Aniya and tells her that this is actually a blessing. She says, he's a little ass dude, bro. Melanie does this very funny thing when talking to Aniya where she goes from being like very comforting, like, baby girl, like it's okay, to like code switching almost and going like a little, I don't know what word to use to describe it. That would be PC.
It's very tough love.
Tough love. Yes. She goes a little like, she puts her like AAV on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. But I'm like, I think that she knows that this is what Aniya needs.
Yes.
Especially because like she does a lot of like, don't let them see you cry. And I think that that is because she knows that Aniya doesn't. I think that they're similar in that way where like they don't want to be emotional in front of people as much as possible because of the perception of that. And so she's like, I want to protect you. Whereas generally, like, I don't think that that is necessarily the best advice. Like, I am very impressed with myself because I said Aniya needed this to happen to crack her open. And I think that these are her best 3 episodes of the season that we're going to discuss. So I think that this was really important. And I do think that she is being more authentic and we're seeing more of her personality. And I think she had to be cracked open in that way. However, I understand like the protecting of their image and whatever they feel like is at stake if they are emotional in front of others.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But Melanie is being such a good friend. She's literally on the ground with her.
I know. She goes, you don't want to have to build him up. You playing Build-A-Bear with that bitch.
And her
such a good
mom
line.
posted and was like the last time Aniya was at Build-A-Bear and posted pictures of her as like a child at Build-A-Bear. So cute.
So good. Oh, such a good line. I need Melanie to do like cameo pep talks.
Yes.
I would buy that. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's good, Melanie, if you're listening.
Yeah,
when you get out of the
please
villa.
do that. Melanie also says to her, even if we don't find love, we found each other, which was so heartwarming. We then see Sincere say that Corbin got cooked and Corbin feels like he's in shit with the girls. Sincere says he doesn't get why Melanie was coming at him, and Melanie tells him that he's coming across as a player. She then asks him how many times he kissed someone. He says, I kissed one girl a few times.
She's obsessed with how many times did you kiss someone? Like, this is a very common question from Melanie. And I'm like, I don't fully understand what the hang up is with like how many times it happened. Is it like dependent on how many times it happened, how disrespectful it is? Like, would you be mad if it was twice versus 4 times?
Yes, I think that she was willing to, she's willing to forgive what she is willing to forgive. But I think in her head, she was willing to forgive like one exploratory kiss. And like, that was what she was hoping the quota would be. But then finding out that it was much more than that, she was like, fuck, are you really gonna push me to like have to lower my standards here?
But it's funny because Sincere obviously has like no recollection of his own actions and or convinces himself that his actions are not what they were. So I'm like, this is just a pointless, I mean, I guess Melanie doesn't know that, but like it's pointless for them to try to be having these conversations about like quantity of kisses. Like,
I know.
Let's just get to the heart of it, which is that he's not respecting you in your relationship and doing things that you asked him not to do, regardless of how many times he's doing those things. He is doing those things, period.
Yeah. Oh, God. The end is insane. Okay. He says he kissed one girl a few times and says that Melanie is his person, but she's acting like he walked in here with somebody.
Yeah, he's like, I came in alone. Like, why are you mad at me? That should just be like the beautiful homecoming that
Right.
I wanted it to be.
You should be so fucking grateful that I'm even here wanting you and you alone.
He just wants people to be happy with him.
Ari, I don't know. I know that I know that you've been like, he's not malicious. It's very hard to see that from my perspective.
Again, I don't think that negates the harm of his actions.
Yeah.
I just think that like he is focused on himself and he wants what he wants. And maybe there's malice in that, but I don't think that it's malice in the way of like, I think that KC has malice and like fucking like wanted bad things to happen to Aniya.
Yeah.
I don't see that with Sincere. I like can't help it. Even after these episodes, I have a soft spot for him. I find him to be so fucking dumb and funny.
Wow.
Casey is scary to me.
I agree.
Sincere has shown us who the fuck he is. He's not like smart enough to spin a web of lies. He's gonna get caught in his web because he's an idiot.
Yeah. I think what's just like kind of fucked for me is how like much he doesn't remember what he says. I guess seemingly he's playing dumb at the very least, or he is that dumb.
I mean, he's probably a pathological liar.
Right. But that's so spooky to me. I don't know. I don't like that.
I'm not saying that like Melanie should be with him. I've never supported their relationship. I just think that he is a less malicious person than Casey and Zach and maybe Corbin.
I do agree he's less malicious than Casey. I don't know if I agree that he's less malicious than Corbin and Zach. But we can talk more about that when we get into it all.
Okay.
But I agree that Casey's at the top of the list by far. Trinity then tells Bryce that she kissed Corey because she wanted to see if there was anything there with him, but there really wasn't. And then Bryce and Trinity kiss. Casey and Tiara then talk about the recoupling. They think that it was ridiculous. And Casey says he didn't think Aniya was filling his cup. Casey and Tiara both agree that they clicked right away. And then Tiara ITMs that they're like Romeo and Juliet. Lame.
Because like the villa is against them.
Right.
I don't know. What an odd comparison. And
Very
also,
strange.
do you know how that ends, TT?
Right. Yes. Notably a Shakespeare tragedy, they always end in death. Spoiler alert. I'm like trying to think if there's a better comparison, perhaps maybe Othello.
I think that the comparison is not a Shakespearean comparison. I think that the comparison is like a worse version of Taylor and Olandria.
Yeah. That's fair.
I pick Clark. Zach tells Kata that he was worried that he fucked up with the kiss and tells her that there were 3 kisses and that he cuddled Alana. They talk about how they missed each other. She ITMs that he is not out of the doghouse, but she's obviously like so happy to see him. And Aniya is like ready for bed and up in soul ties. Everyone else is still in their evening outfits. This is very, very rare that we see somebody like call it a fucking night before the rest of the group.
Did you also see Daniela Ortiz on Instagram was talking about how they very likely had a rest day after Casa? Like an off day, like an off filming day, which made me think about how Aniya's choice to sleep in soul ties meant that she would have had to sleep in soul ties the following night too because of continuity.
Like do they have to wear the same PJs?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I assumed that they would maybe just like film them waking up in the morning. No, that doesn't make sense. I'm a little bit confused at how there's possibly enough beds for these people because we haven't really seen them like sleeping in weird places. It seems like there actually is a bed for everyone.
I know. That is shocking. Maybe it's the lack of bombshells that they brought in before. I don't know.
Yeah, true. But I mean, we're very much at the point in the season where the fat needs to be cut.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I think that makes sense on Aniya's part. I don't think that she would probably want to be in the room with Casey and TT.
True. I just felt bad that she would have probably had to do that twice by making that choice.
Melanie said it was comfy.
It's true.
Speaking of Melanie, she crawls into bed with her. This was so sweet.
This was very sweet.
She is really proving herself right now as such a good friend to Aniya. I think they're really good friends to each other. I sent you like somebody posted like my top couples in the villa right now, and it was like Trinity and Bryce, and then second was Melanie and Aniya, and I agree.
And last was Corbin and gaining sentience.
Yeah,
Right? That was hilarious.
Okay, I cannot help but love Corbin.
I know. I agree. I don't hate him.
So fucking funny.
He is funny.
He is so funny. I enjoy every time he's on my screen.
I feel like I just like can't take him that seriously, which makes him like we've talked about this with like Tyreek, for example, or maybe some other people. But like, if you're just goofy and silly enough that like I can't take you that seriously, you don't seem like harmful to me.
Oh, interesting. I
think
totally
he's
disagree. Yeah, he's definitely harmful. I don't think that he's goofy in the way that Tyreek is. Tyreek is like an inherently goofy person who like takes pride in being funny. I don't think that Corbin is that at all. I think that we're laughing at him, not with him.
True.
And like still I love him way. He's so entertaining, but I don't think he knows how funny he is, and I don't think he's trying to be funny.
I agree. I don't think he's trying to be funny. Yeah.
Tyreek is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No, I think he's very harmful though, to be clear.
I feel like maybe he hasn't gotten enough screen time. I feel like I'm so focused on how harmful everybody else is that I've forgotten how harmful Corbin is. But I guess he does have some of the same red pilly tendencies that Casey does.
Absolutely. And they are like buddy.
Yeah, true.
Bryce and Zach pretend to kiss. Okay. And pillow fight.
Do you remember this? They were sitting on that like side of the villa, like sofa that like feels like it's in the middle of the villa. Zach like goes over to him and they like hug, and then they like pretend to like make out. And then they're like throwing pillows at each other. They're just like so hyped to be back.
Mm-hmm. And that both of their girls stayed single.
Exactly.
This is a very homoerotic episode.
Very.
Bryce is hyped about him and Trinity. They hug and low-key hump, you wrote. I don't remember this specifically, but there are many, many instances of Zach literally not low-key, high-key humping Bryce.
I know. I mean, I say low-key, but he was like legitimately humping Bryce.
Parmita tells Corbin not to do shit behind her back. And then in the makeup room, TT, really, really good play, immediately goes in and apologizes to Trinity. And I actually am not surprised that she did this because we saw her immediately turn around and apologize to Casey in Casa. So she obviously has the ability to, like, at the very least, understand the impact of her actions and try to mitigate the harm pretty quickly after fights or conflict.
I agree. I thought this was a great play by her.
Like, she probably apologized immediately to that girl that she threatened with a gun.
Yeah, I don't think we've talked about that, actually. Did we mention this on the last episode?
No, but she was 17.
Got it. I don't think I realized her age.
Melanie asks TT how sincere was in the villa because she basically is like, Bryce was really respectful. And she's like, let him tell you that. And she's like, come on, just tell me. And she says that he was kissing Amora and cuddling her in bed. And we see Melanie then get into bed with Sincere, and she's like mad, and she's like, I just heard something about you.
Mm-hmm.
And in bed that night, we see Zach and Kata IB, and he says, I love you. And she says, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, this LOL love you from Zach. I wonder if he meant it. It's such a weird thing to joke about, but
I sent you 2 TikToks of this guy he's the one that's like, I'm a licensed therapist and this is my take on Love Island episode, whatever.
Yes, and he made me feel very insecure about my knowledge of psychodynamic theory.
You're welcome.
I really got to brush up.
You need to be bringing this stuff up on the podcast because it's genius.
I know, but I like psychodynamic theory. I use aspects of it, but I use a lot more CBT, which I do definitely bring up on this podcast. But go ahead.
I guess you also work with kids, which is different.
Same thing. It's the same modalities.
Well, what he said about Zach was basically that like he is so anxious about losing Kata that he is inadvertently pushing Kata away because he's like, it's specifically in relation to like the Alana thing and how he didn't tell her that Alana was kicked out of the villa. He's like, I can't tell her that because he's scared of what she is going to, like the implication, but then it's like worse in the end because she's going to find out anyway, and then him not telling her makes the whole situation worse. I think it's honestly not dissimilar to Sincere, but I think that comes into play here where Zach is just like really doing anything that he can to hold on to his relationship with Kata. Actually, as I say this, I think that there's a lot of similarities between Zach and Sincere.
Yeah, I could see that. I think both of them are anxious in like a general state. I think both of them are having these incongruous senses of self that are being portrayed here. Like,
yes,
much like that guy said, Zach is trying to like maintain, I think both of them are trying to maintain this idea that they're like cool and chill and don't really care, but are
panicking inside.
Yeah, ultimately anxious.
I agree. And they are also both of the ones who freak out when they hear it's movie night because they're like, I don't remember what I've said. I think that they just like say shit that they think is going to make the person happy in front of them in the moment, and then with very little regard to the long-term implications.
Yes.
I also think what I've started to realize is that the Bryce-Zach dynamic reminds me a lot, not about the dynamic of, but how I felt about Aaron and Rob, because we obviously like are huge Rob stans, and I love how Rob played this season, but I also didn't like how enabling he was of Aaron's toxic behavior, and I feel very similarly about Bryce enabling Zach's toxic behavior. But maybe now is a good time to share that I am officially down bad for Bryce.
I'm like kind of gagged at this because I am not officially down bad for Bryce, but like I kind of love that. I feel like usually I'm really down bad for somebody and you're like, Maura, get the fuck over it. But I like that the roles have reversed. This is fun.
No, I'm like obsessed with him. I want to go to his show. I want to be his groupie. I love him. Also, happy 30th birthday, Bryce.
I know. He just turned 30. I'm hoping we get to see this in the villa. I assume we will.
I know. I think it'll probably be in this next batch of episodes.
I think so too. Maybe Friday's episode, perhaps, or the back half of tomorrow's, or Thursday's.
Yeah, because they need to do something cute for him because it's a big birthday. I also am like, maybe there's something to do with the fact that like he was born in the same cancer season as my husband. Like Gabe is going to be 30 in 2 weeks. It wasn't fully like coming out of me the beginning of the season, but now I'm like, how could I ever have not loved him? Like he also, can I remind the audience that he is a liberal man? He is the only one coming into the season that we knew that he had good political views.
It's true. It's true.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's now morning in the villa, and Trinity is like, Kenzie, you won't believe it. I got a French fry. Did you see the video that they put out asking all the Islanders what French fry means?
No, I only obviously know Caleb, that clip of Caleb asking what
Oh
French
my God,
fry meant.
Mara, I need to watch this right now and react. I posted it on our stories.
Turn up the sound.
What does French fry mean? I don't know if I'm allowed to say what it means.
But the girls are sneaky. They got code words and stuff.
Sincere is so dumb.
You know,
He's dumb. Is it a minute and a half of this thing?
Wait, the end of it is the best part.
Okay.
you should be asking the people that got French fries. Oh my gosh, it's not just me doing French fries, okay, people? Skin things. Could be a hand. Could be a finger. You dipping into ketchup. French fries look like this. What do you think the ketchup is? Come on. A dip. sauce. The wop.
The WAP.
Could be white sauce. Could be red sauce. You freaky as hell if it's a red sauce.
That's the part I wanted you to see.
That's amazing. That's so funny. You freaky as hell if it's a red sauce.
Could be a white sauce, could be a red sauce.
Wow.
Anyway, we were right.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck else would it have been?
Melanie and Sincere are not hooking up.
Right. That is the most shocking information that I got from that video.
Correct.
What are they doing?
Kissing a lot?
Girl. I'm sorry. Respectfully, I would be doing french fries at this point.
Respectfully.
Respectfully. I mean, she's allowed to have her boundaries. There's no shade on that, but she must be horny as shit.
Casey says that he knows he needs to talk to Aniya about what happened, but it doesn't make it easy when the energy is hostile. The fuck do you want from her, Casey? Your energy is hostile.
I know, literally.
It's so annoying because, like, we talked about this so much, but he really could have gone about this in a different way that, like, I at least would not have felt bad about. Their connection, I don't think anyone is like, oh, Casey and Aniya were made for each other. Like, he doesn't need to not be with her. Even the way that Taylor handled it was more respectful to Olandra, even though it was not respectful.
100%. Casey's coming at this, like, so pissed off that everyone's pissed off at him, and he has, like, completely forgotten everything that he's said and done.
No, literally. I can't wait to talk about what Meg says to him.
Oh my, I know. Oh, that was so good.
Aniya tells Sincere that she did like Carl, and Zach says that she did the right thing and put herself out there. And Aniya says that Casey does not care about her, and he disagrees. And then Corbin asks the Casa boys what was going on in the villa, and Gall is like, Carl was really nice. He really liked Aniya, and basically, like, they were affectionate with each other and whatever. Like, Corbin, like, basically, like, gathers this information and takes it back to Casey as, like, proof that, like, Casey didn't do anything wrong.
Thinking he's, like, building some fucking case of evidence against Aniya. Like, get the fuck out of here, Corbin.
The boys really don't get it, and they continue to not get it during movie night.
Yeah.
When Sincere is like, you did the same thing. Yeah, he might have been more disrespectful. And Aniya's like, that's the problem.
That is the issue at hand. Sincere. Thank you.
But they don't get it. Like, no matter how many times you tell them, they don't get it.
Yeah.
Kada talks to Zach about Che, and this is so funny.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked this conversation. She's like, he was hot. He was a big guy. Zach is like, are you trying to piss me off? And she's like, yeah. And then he, like, picks her up with her legs over his shoulders, and she's like, are you going to be able to take me to the end of the dock? Che would be able to take me to the end of the dock.
That was so funny. Yes, I made a note of that as well. It was hilarious.
So good. Ugh, Zach is such a little shit, but I do like that Kada puts him in his place. And I liked this conversation. I just am like, at this point, these are the couples that we have. So it's not really even worth, like, wishing for someone better for Kada, because she's going to be with Zach.
Yeah, I agree.
But they talk about their own red flags, and she's like, you said I love you. And he's like, that was a joke. Yikes.
Yikes. Not a good play to joke about loving somebody, just in general. Don't do that in Love Island. Don't do that in real life.
Yikes. She also says that he said it multiple times.
I know. He either has to, like, say it very soon, or he's a dick for saying it at all.
Totally.
Yeah. We then see a conversation between Melanie and Sincere, and they're talking about what he did in Casa. She says that he has been thinking with his dick. We see her cry. And then he's like, I know that I haven't respected your boundaries. And I made a note, Hit the Wall by Gracie Abrams was playing. I was like, my God, the music budget is very high this year.
It is the fact that they immediately played, I think it was like for Aniya's intro, whoever's intro was very first. Where the Hell Is My Husband?
Yes. Like, they got
my God.
Moni.
Also, we get the Heated Rivalry song.
Yes.
As I get ready for movie
Not
night.
the original Tattoo song, but it's the cool remix one that they've made recently.
Heated Rivalry. Yeah, it's for Heated Rivalry.
No, I know, but it's a remix of the original.
No, I know, but
But
that's
it's
what
from
makes
Heated
it
Rivalry.
the Heated Rivalry song.
No, but the one in the Heated Rivalry was The original, I think.
You're wrong.
Really? It was the remixed one.
That song was popularized from Heated Rivalry. Like
That I know. I know.
The remix.
Okay, got it. I mean, okay, whatever. It's fine. I understand what you're saying. I agree. So then Sincere is essentially telling her that he did all of these things and her feelings are valid. And he's just trying to like excuse all of his behaviors as like necessary evils.
Hold on. I'm right. I looked it up. The Heated Rivalry version refers to the viral fan favorite mix of Tattoos, All the Things She Said by Harrison, which was famously featured in episode 4 of Heated Rivalry.
Okay, nice. Melanie then like walks away. She's like, I can't do this anymore. And he's like then talking to himself. He's got like his head in his hands and he's like, I'm a bad guy either way. I do this thing, I'm bad. I do that thing, I'm bad. I can't win.
He goes, I don't do something, I'm a bad guy. I do something, I'm a bad guy. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, Sincere? Literally, what are you talking about? Like,
Right.
Be more specific. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, he kills me. Melanie then cries to Trinity and says that he's not making her feel good. He does shit and then he says sorry and then he keeps saying he's going to change and he hasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. He has not made a single change.
And he won't.
And he will not. Zach then tells Sincere that Melanie ruined what was meant to be a nice moment. This made
The
me
recoupling.
so angry.
Zach is such a piece of shit.
Like, be so fucking for real, Zach. Like, you're expecting these women to just, like, accept you, like, no questions asked, arms wide open, back into their lives.
Correct, because it's like, okay, so let's just say that she didn't bring it up at the recoupling in that moment. Then what? She brings it up later, and then, oh, well, this was supposed to be a nice day, and she ruined it. Or,
Right.
oh, the next day she brings it up. Oh, well, we just got back from Casa, and we're in a good place, and now you're ruining it. It's like, you just don't want to hear how they feel. This is where I'm like, they are so similar. Zach and Sincere, they just want good feelings only, and to not have to deal with the negative repercussions of their actions. But I think Zach is smarter than Sincere, and that's where it feels more sinister to me.
Interesting. Okay, well, let's not forget Sincere posting a picture with Jake Paul.
Oh, yeah. Let's not forget that Zach's brother is Charlie.
I know. I have definitely not forgotten that. He makes Charlie look good, but Charlie's also best friends with Austin. I mean, the comparisons.
Well, Charlie also
Can
was
continue.
on the show for
Way less.
not very long, so we don't know as much about him, but
It's true.
not looking good.
Sincere then says, was I doing a little bump and grind? Yeah, of course. But it didn't go past that. Sincere.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course I was doing a little bump and grind.
Of course we were humping in bed. Obviously. Who wouldn't? Just this back-to-back conversation, I was just like, are they being real? Like, do they hear the words leaving their mouth?
They would have been so fucking mad.
Yeah.
If Melanie or Kata did these things behind their back.
Yes. Oh my God. The amount of if Kata did the shit that Zach did or said that, whatever. Yes. Agreed. If the shoe was on the other foot, they would be outraged.
It's very much the dynamic that Melanie brought up that she'll bring up again of like, as long as he's in my bed at night. Like, that's kind of the perspective that they're coming at it with as well. As like, well, I came back to you. I can do whatever I want out in the world. Like, I'm a man. I have needs kind of vibe,
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
I've said this 1,001 times on this podcast, but I'll say it again. The bar is in fucking hell.
I feel like that's one of those like lines that will never get old, that we will be saying on this show forever.
I mean, I hope it gets old.
I know. I know.
As we raise the next generation of men, come on, do better, parents. Don't name them Sincere, first of all.
Name them patriarchy.
Yeah, name them misogyny.
I feel like the bar progressively over time has gotten higher. We have higher expectations, but it always feels like it's in hell.
Do we have higher expectations?
I mean, like, kind of. Like, we don't expect men to, like, rape and beat their wives.
Okay, well, that's not what we're talking about.
I know, but that used to be the expectation.
No, but we're talking about this show.
I know. Okay, fine. Okay. If Justin, I'm sorry, I'm thinking more bigger scale historically.
And do you want to know
speaking.
what? Unfortunately, I do expect men to rape and beat their wives.
Expect?
Yes.
Oh,
Not every
God.
man, but I expect that happens.
Oh, I mean, sure. Yeah, it does obviously happen all the time.
And I do think that everyone should treat any man that you interact with as guilty until proven innocent.
I do love that. I think that's fair. High key. Yeah.
Might have saved some of these girls some heartache in the villa here. Let them prove themselves to you with time. Because then the
Right.
shit happens and then you go, oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm not like devastated because I hadn't built you up and put you on this pedestal.
Yes, such a good point. Yes. Okay, Aniya then says she has no beef toward Tiara. They're chatting. She says that she's going to talk to Casey. Tiara's like, I get it. Say what you got to say to him. I understand how you feel. You're like a beautiful black queen, I think she calls her.
Yes.
They hug it out.
Tell me if I am wrong, but this is what I heard at the very end of this conversation when they like stand up and they're walking back inside. TT says that she wants a connection with Aniya too. And then she says, we both tall. We both played volleyball. I was like, I want to bone her so bad.
That is what the captions said. That is what
And
the
we just move on.
captions. Yeah, I was like, wait, I'm glad you pointed that out, Ari, because I was like, wait a second, what?
Yes.
Do we think TT's bi? She's kind of giving bi.
I was like, are we going to get a Cassie Johnny 2.0 for those who don't know? Cassie was with this guy, Leo, and then he fucked someone else in Casa, brought her back, and then she explored with the original Johnny and Cassie, Johnny is a girl. Like, I was like, okay, I feel like we've just been edged with all of these homo dynamics, but I'm like, that was really just thrown out there and then like never discussed again. But that is what I heard, and I did not have my captions on. So
I don't think Aniya is into women, though, unfortunately for her.
Yeah, she's giving straight.
Very straight, or at least unwilling to explore that side of her. Side of herself.
Well, who knows? Maybe like when she was cracked open emotionally, she was cracked open sexually. I think she might have been.
Maybe.
She is like a different person after this happened.
I totally agree. She's like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
Absolutely. But anyway, I had to point out how much I love the homoeroticism.
I do too. Corbin then talks to Casey and Zach about what he heard from the Casa boys and shares that Aniya was kissing Carl every morning. And they're like, oh, got her. We got her, guys.
You know what get them mad about us? When they see us happy and not give a fuck. They just gonna get madder and madder.
Okay, Corbin.
And he says this with so much glee. Like, he wants them to be mad.
It's true. That's true.
He wants them to suffer.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. That is malicious. Jaden then gets a text. They're going to be shaking cakes. It's a villa challenge. It's going to be boys versus girls.
The reactions across the board to this was so fucking good. Like, we got Sincere doing the hand thing and going, he looked genuinely so confused. He goes, boys versus girls? What the fuck? And then we have, I think, Caleb being like, I can shake ass. And we have, of course, Kenzie shaking ass. We have Jen being like, I'll shake my tits, but I don't have an ass. Like, such amazing reactions to this text.
Yes. It is then nighttime in the villa, and Megan Thee Stallion returns.
I love it when she comes into the villa because she is just a super fan. And it's like, imagine if you got to do that. Imagine if you got to be the person that went in and like called Kenzie clam slam and called out KC. Like, it is just like so cathartic to watch this happen because she is us.
Like, literally, Ari, what if we got to do this? What if we got to host a challenge? That would be like, I would die right then and there.
We're a long way from there. Everyone go leave us a 5-star review, please.
You never know. But I agree. Go leave us at 5-star. Okay. So Megan Thee Stallion returns. She surprises the girls. They all scream. Kenzie does a split so hard that the boys can hear it.
It seems like maybe they were looking.
I know, but they were like, Kenzie just did a split.
Somebody said Kenzie just did the splits again. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that she bounced on the ground so hard that they felt it.
They were all like standing there looking together, so I feel like they saw it, but that would be crazy.
Isn't it on a different floor?
I don't know, but they were all gathered looking in one direction together when this conversation happened.
I need the villa layout.
I actually saw it somewhere. I can send it to you if I can find it. Anyway, I died. The fact that Kenzie just immediately does a fucking clam slam in front of Meg the Stallion, and then Meg goes, my favorite clam slam.
I know. This was amazing.
She's like, this is what the people want to see.
I know. This was so good. It was so
Kenzie!
good.
I would expect nothing less.
I know. Yeah. Meg then has to like go around and like say one nice thing, like one kind of comment about everybody.
She says that Jaden looks like Jennifer, what's her name? Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba. Yes.
Which I said too.
Yeah, you did. She then goes to surprise the boys. Bryce gives her like a little tour. He goes, this is where me and Trinity sleep.
That was so cute. I loved that. And also Bryce is a musician, so this is probably like, you can tell how excited he is to meet her.
Totally.
But yeah, I love that he specifically brings up Trinity to her and like holds her hand and like walks around and gives her a tour of the villa. I loved this moment for my husband, Bryce.
Yeah, this was really cute. We then get our challenge. Round 1 is essentially musical chairs. The Islanders have to dance and shake their ass, and then when the music stops, they need to sit on a cake. Meg is going to decide which team does best at the end. We have the girls go first. We see them shake ass. Parmita gets out first. And then the second round, Melanie, Jen, Jaden, and Kata get out. And by the end of this, Tiara wins. The boys then go. They're like humping the ground. They're twerking. Bryce and Zach are grinding together. Of course. Corbin gets out first. Then Zach, Gall, Sincere, they get out. And then Casey ends up winning.
Everyone gets exactly as far as their partner.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
It's really bizarre.
Meg ends up giving the points to the girls for this one.
Obviously.
Of course.
Round 2 is Sweet Revenge. First, the girls are like in a little whack-a-mole setup with their heads poking out, and the boys get to throw cake at a girl and let them know what's pissing them off. I just immediately was like disgusted at how excited Casey was at the prospect of being able to throw cake at the girls.
Yeah.
Gall goes first, and he picks Melanie for not picking Corey. What else can the Casa Boys really do? Zach picks Trinity for being jealous of his connection with Bryce. And then he ITMs that Bryce is his friend and his lover.
Oh my God. And he means that.
I'm wondering if maybe Zach is a top. Like, I don't know that he's a bottom.
Yeah.
As Caleb said, given how much he's humping Bryce. But I do believe.
Maybe he's a verse. I don't know.
No, he's not. No, he is not. It is 99%.
It's mostly Zach.
Zach humping Bryce.
Okay. In the game, Bryce was humping Zach, but outside of the game, I agree with you.
In
Zach
bed
is mostly
and,
doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that Bryce is like, oh, LOL. And I'm like, I think Zach might actually be into you.
Thank you. This is what I was trying to say. Yes. And then I got distracted by the having to defend my boy Bryce that he's not humping Zach. Yes, I agree. I think that Bryce is like, oh, like my friend. I think that Zach actually has feelings for him. Genuinely.
Yeah. It makes me like, oh my God. It makes me like sad for Zach.
There's like some amount of repression going on, or like I can't do that on the show or something, but it's like seeping out of his pores.
I agree.
Oh God.
I agree.
Caleb picks Parmita for not being truthful and coupling up with someone else and then never talking to him again. And her response is just, well, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, which I loved. Dylan chooses Aniya for not picking Carl, which like, way to rub salt in that wound.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce picks Kata for Paradise Cove. So funny. Also,
Hilarious.
Sorry, I did have to mention that Dylan said, I want to kick this girl because I am one of the OG Casa Boys.
Like, what else would you be?
Yeah.
OG.
Honey, like, there are no OG Casa Boys.
Yeah. I mean, there was a second tier of Casa Boys who got kicked out, but
they were as OG as these.
Exactly.
Sincere picks Jen for always having things to say. I'm like, what the fuck is he even talking about? She's like one of the calmest girls in the villa.
Yeah, I'm also like, when he was talking, I was like, oh, he's going to pick Trinity because Trinity has a tendency to speak up the most. But then he picked Jen. I was like, the fuck is Jen? What? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me.
And he says that she's brand new in the villa. She's like, dude, I've been here for 2 weeks.
That was rude.
Yeah.
He was like, well, we've been here longer. I'm like, by like an extra week.
Yeah, they literally arrived on day 6.
Right.
Casey goes next and says, everyone had a lot to say, but this one in particular really spoke up, and he throws the cake at Trinity, but then he misses.
Haha.
And Trinity says, I'm going to defend my girl. And then she says, you still missed. It is what it is. Still you rise, I guess.
Oh! Bars. This was one of the best reads I've ever heard. Casey needs to get his tattoo removed. I don't think he can go out in public with that anymore.
Did you see that somebody like photoshopped or put below the tattoo on his back? I guess.
That's so good.
Oh my God.
Still you rise, I guess. I'm going to say that all the time now.
Still you rise, I guess.
Still you rise, I guess. Still I rise, I guess. Oh my God. It's so good. I don't know, like, I like, obviously, like, I saw it online, like, before I actually heard her say it, but like hearing it with her cadence and like just everything, I was like, God, this is so fucking cutting. It's so cutting.
She is one of the best Islanders of all time. I absolutely adore her.
I know, she's incredible.
Yeah, she is so good. This was the perfect thing to say. I'm so happy that Casey missed.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like such sweet poetic justice.
Such poetic justice.
And then we get even more poetic justice because Meg is like, well, do you feel like you've been disrespectful? And he says, how have I been disrespectful? And she says, do you remember anything that happened at Casa Amor?
Period. That was so good.
Aniya calls him a coward. And then Corbin goes next. And he cakes Kenzie for speaking up at the recoupling. And she calls him a piece of shit. Then he apologizes to her.
This is a crazy way to apologize. Like,
No,
you're gonna
that's
throw
like a crazy
a
turn
cake
of
in her
events.
face? Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
expect this.
No. And then Meg says that sometimes the boys put the girls down to lift the other girls up.
That was good.
That's like so beautifully encapsulates their entire Casa strategy.
It really does. It really does. And they continue to do it. Like, they keep talking about like the vibe that the Villa girls are bringing, and like the whole high school, college girl, like all of that is just like, well, fuck these girls. These girls suck our dick. Like, that's the energy.
Right. And it's like, do you not realize that they literally have to fight for their spot in the villa? Like, there's a reason that the energy is different. And it's because you're their ticket onto the show.
Yep. Zooming out, I see this incel red pilly culture in like such a nefarious way, because I don't know that the boys are even aware that that's the messaging that they're hearing, and that it's literally changing on like a cellular fucking level the way that they view women.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's what's so concerning about it. Like, if you make any sort of social media account and say you're a young boy, I don't know exactly the ages, but this has been studied, you will immediately start to receive like manosphere content.
Yeah. It feels like it's partially paired with this need for instant gratification that has kind of come about in this like newer, Gen Z, Gen A, like constant access to the internet, etc. Paired with this idea that women are supposed to serve that kind of purpose toward them.
Totally.
Yeah.
Which feeds into what we were talking about earlier of Sincere and Zach being like, as long as I come home to you, like, it's a very like boys will be boys mentality.
Yeah, that entitlement. We can move on, but mulling.
Yeah. So the girls go next, but they get to use this like spray of like frosting instead of just throwing cakes. And Jaden goes first and chooses Gall and says that he needs to step it up in his couple. Then Kata goes and chooses Casey for doing Aniya dirty. And then Jen goes and picks Corbin for being disrespectful to Kenzie, but kind of misses him. And then Parmita goes, and I absolutely loved this. She chooses Corbin, and she says, I don't play. She's like, this is a fucking lesson. Don't you dare do me dirty.
I know. Parmita is an interesting one. She obviously, like, I don't think English is her first language. So I think some of her like speech, the way that she speaks, obviously is like broken and hard to follow sometimes. And I think she has this like quirky kind of energy about her. She reminds me of actually like one of my friends who's also an immigrant, and I'm like I just like see such like similarities between them, and I have like an odd little soft spot for Parvita, I think, because of that. But I'm also
I have a soft spot for her too. I find her to be really funny.
She
like
is
this,
funny.
for example,
Right.
was an incredible move on her part.
I know.
And then Trinity goes next, and she chooses Bryce and says she wants to lick off the cream.
And Bryce's ITM was so funny. He was like, it was actually really sweet. I liked it.
He's like, if she's going to cream on anybody, I want her to cream on me. Like, whose cream would I want to have over my ladies?
I know. He's like, I'm honestly so happy that she picked me.
I want to be their third.
Sweet baby boy.
I love him. Kenzie goes next and chooses Corbin, says he's a liar.
He says he's a liar, and then he messes with Melanie's head, and then we see this ITM from him where he says he tells the truth, but not the whole truth.
Hold on, I wrote this quote down. I didn't realize that this is when it happened. He says, I tell the truth, but I don't tell the whole truth. So I think that's where the two-faced allegations are coming from.
Wonder why?
Man is dumb, Maura.
Yeah, he is dumb. I do agree. Like, whew.
But like, I think that he has at least a level of self-awareness, like to say something like this or to know that he needs to work on himself, which he says later. Like he's not denying it.
Yeah, he's not denying it. This is true. I'll give him that. It was mind-blowing to me. Yeah.
I tell the truth, but not the whole truth. I think that's where the two-faced allegations are coming from. Like, yeah.
Like, yes, no fucking shit. Like, I tell the whole truth, but not the whole truth. That's a lie. Also, like, that's deception at its core.
It's lying by omission.
Exactly.
Totally. But yeah, he's just very simple. Like, he doesn't get that. He's just like, well, I say how I feel in the moment, you know? And when I'm with Sol, I want to be with her. And when I'm with Melanie, I don't want to be with her. So I'm telling them the truth. I'm just telling them different truths because I'm a different man when I talk to her than when I talk to her. It's wild.
It's borderline like DID. I'm not going to put that on him. I won't do that to him.
For those who don't know, that is a dissociative identity disorder, which is like the updated version of multiple personality disorder.
Yes.
Yeah. If he was smarter, I would say so.
Yeah, he's got all these different parts. Not to be confused with family systems theory, which is parts work as well. Just want to say that.
Melanie goes next and she chooses Corbin. You said she sprays everyone. No. She specifically chooses Corbin and says, the worst thing that I've ever had to see is watching these girls walk around and feel less than because of their mouths. And she's going back and forth between Corbin and KC.
I felt like she kind of got everyone, but she was obviously aiming for both of them in particular.
I mean, she hit others because she was going back and forth between the two of them. But I thought this was a great play.
This was a great play. Did you also notice how Megan Thee Stallion said Melanie, like Corbin says her name?
Yes. I did.
Yeah. But no, I agree. This was an awesome play. I was just like, yes, girl. She's always willing to like push the boundaries of the rules of the game a little bit.
Yes.
And I love that for her.
100%. Because she couldn't stand up there. They probably wouldn't have let her be like, I choose these two boys because...
Yeah.
So she just she's
like, fuck it. What are they going to do?
Said something that was accurate for both of them and made it very clear. And even Meg was like, I like your style. Mm-hmm. And then finally we get Aniya. Well, yeah, because Corbin is giving her shit. He's like, you didn't hit me. And she's like, don't worry. Someone is coming for you. Or wait, no. KC said you didn't hit me.
Right.
And she's like, don't worry. Someone is coming for you now. And Aniya gets up there. She says that she felt disrespected and put to the side, and she, with so much force and power, puts this shit in Casey's face, and he keeps turning. This fucking coward keeps turning away.
Coward.
It's so annoying. Even the boys are like, just take it.
Aniya was like, rise up. And I was like, no, stop. You're ruining the joke.
See, she needs to just not try to do that. Like, same exact way that I felt when in the Custody coupling, she was like, we were rooting for you. We're all rooting for you. I'm like, you're ruining the joke. That's not what that means.
Yeah, I think
just stay in your lane. Do what you do and do it well. And for the most part, she does that in these episodes.
Aniya's just not that funny. And that's okay. We can't all be funny.
Yeah.
Let Trinity be
way
funny.
too much to have everyone in the villa be funny. How would you all get screen time?
So true.
The ladies, of course, get the points.
There was no way they were winning in this.
And then we get one boy and one girl to go head to head. And Meg chooses Kenzie and Zach. Did you notice that, like, even in this moment, Kenzie wouldn't look at him?
Yes, I wrote that as a note. They shake hands and she refuses to look in his eyes.
She's like, you still will not see the only part of me that you complimented.
So funny.
They have to find a prize inside of a cake. Bryce says, Zach, I'm not even worried. I've seen that mouth. I've felt that mouth. I sent this quote in my group chat with my college friends, and Lucy was like, oh yeah, I guess she did in the hideaway. I was like, no. Kata didn't say that. Bryce said that.
Yeah, that was confused. I was like, oh, where have you found
I was
that
starting
out?
to feel like, okay, maybe Zach is going too far for Bryce. And then Bryce said this, and I was like, never mind.
Yeah, they're on the same
We're good.
page.
Yeah.
They're on the same page.
Wild. So they are, yes, digging into this cake with their faces. And did you notice? So Kenzie like pulled out basically a dowel and thought that she got the prize. Why would they leave that shit in the cake that they're smashing with their faces?
Well, I know actually, like that does seem like a potential danger, but
really
also
dangerous. They could have poked out an eye,
or they could have like accidentally swallowed it or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, they have to have the cake. It's like a 3-tiered cake. It has to stand up somehow. But like, yeah, I'm with you. I guess like because it was a slightly smaller and like more rounded, it was like a little safer.
I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
Zach gets the actual thing, which is like just a little plastic thing that says revenge is sweet. And we find out that America voted for their favorite boy and favorite girl from Casa, who were not chosen. And we see Maura and Carl emerge from the big cakes on either side. This is what I expected to happen.
Same. We then move into episode 24, where we get a BCGC. The girls ask how the boys were acting in Casa. Maura kind of like swerves this combo.
And then TT pulls her away. It was very odd.
Yeah, like Maura kind of like tees up like a line about like Casey being worse than Zach, but like kind of implying like not as bad, like not as much. Like they were on a similar level. And Katie gets really hooked on this, and then like Tiara pulls her away. It was very strange, the whole thing.
And then Trinity and Kata kind of get into a little back and forth about it as well.
Yeah, this was odd. Carl tells the guys that he was hurt about what happened with Aniya, and Bryce says that she's been talking about him nonstop since he's left. Sincere says he's going to be less reckless this time.
I think that this is where Bryce says, for the love of God, Sincere, don't make 2 breakfasts.
Right. Literally. Like, please don't.
Also, you did not comment on the horrifying ITM from KC. First of all, he's kind of like scowling while Carl talks about Aniya, but then he ITMs that he's glad that Carl is back so Aniya will get off his dick.
Yes. It got to a point writing these notes, Ari, where I was like basically writing a transcript, and I was like, I gotta stop. So I had to cut a couple things, but that is an important thing to note. That I did not like that comment from him whatsoever. I was like, ew, shut the fuck up.
Also, like, what has she been doing?
Nothing, like literally nothing. She got upset
They
at
haven't
Casa.
even talked at this point.
Exactly. Like, you guys had a blowout fight from the Casa recoupling and have not spoken to each other since. Like, she's not on your dick. Anyway, Maura then says that she was disappointed that Sincere didn't bring her back, and says that he used this experience as a hall pass for his relationship with Melanie.
And he's like, no, I didn't. And then later tells the boys like that she was a test. And it's like,
right.
Okay.
Okay.
Again, just saying whatever the person in front of him wants to hear.
Literally. Tiara and Maura then chat. TT says that the Sincere in here is not the same as the one that they had seen in Casa, and that he's making it seem like Maura never existed, and that Maura needs to tell Melanie everything. Tiara then says that Sincere is the most toxic. And I was like, interesting. TT is a listener of She's Got the Chat. She's casting her most toxic vote right now.
Oh, I understand. I was like, that's not our take. I think she's saying this to protect Casey. She's like villainizing Sincere to make Casey seem better.
Ooh, I like that. That's not a bad play for her, if so. I can see that
annoyingly,
being the case.
Amora does not take this advice at all. She's like, you have to tell Melanie everything. And
she doesn't.
Yeah. But maybe a part of me wonders if like the producers told her not to because they wanted the movie night reveal or something.
I think that's possible.
Because it's like shocking with the way that their conversation goes.
They were like, don't worry, Sincere's getting a double feature.
Yeah.
There's 17 Islanders. There's 10 videos. Sincere gets 2 of them.
Yeah.
Rough. I'm getting ahead of myself. Carl then pulls Aniya for chat. She feels like it's a blessing that he's back. He's still interested in talking to her, but his walls are up and he needs some time. And Casey then says that he wants to still speak with Aniya, but he is done with that connection.
This was an expert walls play on Carl's part.
Agreed. This was very good. He doesn't stick to it quite that much, but it was good that he said it at the very least.
The walls come down quickly, but...
Yeah.
Aniya is like so happy to hear that he's even still open to exploring.
I know. She's so relieved. Amora then pulls Sincere. He says that he did tell Melanie everything. And Amora says that she felt like he used Casa as a hall pass. He was like, listen, this was actually just like a really hard decision, but like, let's like best of luck in here, yada, yada. They hug. And then he calls her big dog.
Twice.
All right, big dog. And she goes, big dog is crazy, but okay. I'm like, I said the exact same thing. Like,
he also like, he says what the person in front of him wants to hear. And if what he wants to say is not what they want to hear, he doesn't say it. He like implies it. So rather than saying directly, I am focused on Melanie now.
Yeah.
Like, wish you the best, but like, we are not going to explore moving forward. He does this shit, which is like so cowardly.
So cowardly. I was like, if someone that I had made out with called me big dog, I'd be like, I'm never actually speaking to you ever again. Like, that's so mean. Why would you have to be mean about it? Anyway, Jen and Gall then discuss the challenge and why Jaden creamed him. And Jen says that she likes him, but she doesn't think that they have sexual compatibility because she doesn't think that Gall likes her. He never compliments her, and she feels like a second option. They then like lay down together. He's like, everything is fine. They like kiss. He like puts up a pillow. She like hates the fact that he put up the pillow. They agree to try to find a middle ground. She says, we will compromise. And then he goes, compromise? And she goes, we'll make a compromise. And I'm like, was that just a bad joke on Jen's part?
I think so.
Yeah, that was a miss for me, unfortunately.
Epitome walked, so compromise could run. I saw somebody online being like, epitome son or compromise daughter.
It's funny.
Sincere then pulls Melanie to talk about his conversation with Amora. And gosh, this poor girl is just like so beat down. She's like, what? She's like prepared for the worst emotionally.
Mm-hmm. I know.
But agrees that he did use it as a hall pass. And she says that she is drained. He's not her safe space. And he's like, well, I picked you. And she has this incredible line where she says the prize is not being picked. The prize is being respected.
Yes, queen. I need that on like a t-shirt, a poster. I need to like hand this out as a flyer at my middle school.
Yeah, she is too smart for him, for his fucking games.
Agreed.
Kata explains to Zach why she's upset. And he says, if I wanted to, I would have brought her back.
Crazy. No, you couldn't have.
Dirty fucking liar.
Liar. Yeah, I mean, I know we've already touched on this, but the fact that he did not tell her that Alana was removed, huge error, first of all.
Everyone was like, maybe they're like not allowed to talk about Alana, but movie night put those fucking theories to bed because they clearly are.
Yeah, clearly. Everyone was like, I just don't. I'm thinking of obviously that guy's TikTok where he was just like, Zach was concerned of what Kata would think. She would be worried that it wouldn't have meant as much that he came back alone if he had known that he didn't even have that option anymore. I understand if that is Zach's perspective, but like, oh my God, you are entering a villa where a bunch of other people know this information. Like, this isn't information that you can hide. You have to tell the truth.
And also, she's going to know when you get off the show either way. So
Also that.
And if you want to get in front of it, you need to say, I was feeling this way already. And then she was kicked off instead of using that as an excuse like you did later.
Yes, exactly. And you can be like, I was honestly so relieved when she was kicked off because then I didn't have to fucking deal with that anymore.
Yes.
Like, there's a million things you can say to calmly let Kata know.
To lessen the blow.
Here. Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Oof.
Crazy. While they're getting ready for bed, we see Carl ask Maura what she wants for breakfast.
Cute.
And then in the morning, the girls all get Megan Thee Stallion bathing suits. Zach tells Bryce that he thinks he explored as respectfully as he could. This is where I'm like, dude, you could say something to him. Like, no, he fucking didn't.
Yeah.
But he's worried about what Amora said, and that Amora being in the villa is now going to cause him more problems with Kata. And Bryce feels really close with Trinity and wants to make it official. And then on that note, Trinity gets a text. Her and Bryce are going on a date. This was so cute. She like got halfway through the message and everyone was screaming and she was like, I'm not done.
Yeah.
Please get ready to leave the villa immediately.
Yeah.
They take a jet ski to a boat and talk about how their families will love the other one. And we see back at the villa, Kenzie telling Kata about how she asked Gaul to make her coffee. And Kata is like, oh, really? But like Dylan is so sweet. She's over her shit.
Yeah, she's trying really hard to be the friend that's like very gently like, are you sure you want to do this? Kata needs to be a little bit more stern at this point.
But it's also not her place.
It's not her place. I guess that's true. If she really I don't know. I'm just thinking like if Kenzie was my friend, I'd be like, girl, what are you doing? This isn't going to look good.
Well, she's going to hear that directly from the horse's mouth later on.
True.
We see the Amora and Melanie chat, and they talk about what Sincere told Melanie, discuss the details of Amora and Sincere's connection. And basically Melanie is like, there was no like hands and pants, right? Again, the bar is in fucking hell.
Yeah.
But Amora tells her fucking nothing. She just is like, it is such a testament to your connection that like we explored and then he came back to you.
Right.
And then Melanie is like, what you gonna do, girl? And Amora says that she might explore Caleb. And we see Corbin and Parmita chat and talk about how he's going to talk to Kenzie. And then Parmita says, I'm fucking closed off. And this was such a funny conversation. He's like, oh my God, are we having this chat? And like, I can't help but have a soft spot for them. It's so weird, but it's like out of my control.
I agree.
And then back on the date, Trinity brings up how she has been fearful of dating older men in the past because she feels like they'll just be manipulative. Bryce says how much he loves her laugh, and he makes her feel calm. She's like, I've been a bitch in the past, but I don't want to be that way with you. And he's like, in the past when I've dated people, usually like there's never been, you know, a specific moment where we've closed things off. We just have, it's been assumed that we're boyfriend, girlfriend, but like I want it to be clear with you. I want you to be my girlfriend.
Yeah, it's just
so cute.
This is very, very cute.
And then they jump in the ocean and she is in a floaty, so I assume she cannot swim.
Good point. Loved the date. I was like a little worried when I saw that they went on a boat. As we know in Love Island history, that boats are a typically cursed date. However, it was not a yacht.
No, that's just the final date.
Yeah, it's usually just the final date.
But this could be our final date. Who fucking knows? This could be the only date that we get the entire season. Insane. Which I do have to say, I am relatively okay with that because dates are often the most boring part.
Yeah, I think dates serve a purpose when it comes to bombshells. I don't need them for couples.
No, that's what I mean. Oh, yeah, like to go out on a date with Bombshell, totally different than this.
Yeah, I agree.
But you know I love Brennedy, so I'm here for it.
Of course. Same, honestly. Corbin then pulls Kenzie. He apologizes and says he never wanted to embarrass her. She says that she had feelings for him and she feels played. She feels put down and she feels like she wasted her time. Parmita then tells some of the girls that she's closed off with Corbin.
And Jaden is like, worst comes to worst, you can always open it back up.
Yeah.
Which I thought was hilarious.
That was really funny. Trinity and Bryson return and we get a BCGC debrief. They share the date details. Trinity is like, I have good news and bad news. The bad news is he didn't ask me to be closed off. The good news is he asked me to be his girlfriend. And then everybody screams. I loved this. And then all the boys are hugging and congratulating Bryce. Trinity's like, Zach, I took your mans.
Did you notice when they came back from the state, obviously Bryce had not done his hair and he had just been in the ocean, and he was flipping it. Like, it brought me back to a simpler time.
It brought me back to 2006.
It was so Bieber.
The bro
I had
flow.
like a visceral reaction to it.
I had the same reaction. I was like, oh, emo boy hair.
Oh my God.
I was obsessed. No, it was great.
And yeah, like the flip, like it's obviously like a muscle memory thing. He must have worn his hair like that in the
I know.
past, because he's the age to.
Bryce is going to single-handedly bring that style back for men.
But he doesn't wear it like that. It was just that it wasn't styled because he had been in the ocean.
The essence is there, though. People will want to look like him. It all moves back over the face eventually. I actually teared up with all the girls and boys screaming. It really warmed my heart.
TT notably did not seem that excited.
Zach also looked slightly panicked when Bryce was like, yeah, I asked her to be my girlfriend. He's like, you asked for a girlfriend? That's crazy.
I know. And it's half like, oh shit, now do I have to do that with Kata? And
I know.
Half, oh no, he's not single anymore.
Totally. Okay, it is the nighttime in the villa, and Gull tells Zach that he doesn't like Jen that much. Rough. Carl then makes a toast, and I'm really only noting this because of Casey's face. I just know that Casey fucking hates Carl.
Yes, because he wants
Carl.
bad things for Aniya. I noted this at other times as well. He just fucking scowls at him.
Scowls. Yes. He's just like, and everyone's like, oh, Carl, that was such a nice toast. You're such a nice guy, Carl. I know internally Casey's like, fuck you, Carl. I can see it on his face.
Yes.
Ooh. Sinister. Kenzie and Dylan then discuss their first date and having sex on the beach. Overrated, I imagine. I wouldn't know.
You're going to get some sort of an infection.
Surely.
But he basically is like, yeah, for the first date, I would want to be on the beach. And she's like, yeah, have you ever done this? She's so, I don't know what the word is.
Hypersexual.
Yeah. She in the most simple way possible knows how to draw men in by being hypersexual.
Yes.
And making them feel special. And I think we're about to see that come crashing down around her in part 2 of movie night. But this was a wild conversation. He's so excited, obviously, because he's a man who probably is sexually pent up. And also the transition of let's have sex on the beach to I want to talk to Gall is crazy.
Yeah. He then asks about how things are going with Gall. Kenzie's like, I haven't really talked to him, but I would like to keep talking to him and see if there's anything there. But I do feel really strongly about you. Gall is then talking to Jen and says that he feels guilty that she picked him and that he's not giving her what she wanted. He feels a lot of pressure around this. He says he feels like the other girls aren't as open to him because he's quote unquote Jen's guy. And he feels like she is deflecting what he's saying right then and there in the moment.
She is not. He's like, you're being so aggressive.
Right.
What?
Yeah. And then he's like, I don't think this is going to work out how this conversation is going. This conversation was very fucking weird to me.
He obviously went into it being like, I'm going to make it seem like I'm trying to talk this out with her, but I'm going to make her the villain and end it with her and somehow victimize myself. And it totally backfired. His fucking family is talking shit about him. Did you see this?
I saw that everyone who goes to his coffee shop that is named Jen gets free coffee for a week or something like that.
I think it was just that day, but yes.
Oh, whatever. Yeah.
And they were like, we want to be very, very clear that Saba Surf is women owned and operated.
Period. I love that.
They're like, we get it. Because this is like a la Scandival, like could have real world implications for a business, you know?
That's true. Yeah, that's a really good point.
But yeah, they gave everyone named Jen a free drink that day. Iconic.
Yeah. Him trying to victimize himself was incredibly bizarre to me. But I guess you got to do what you got to do in this game of Love Island.
Also, like, who is less willing to talk to you? Because Kenzie's not. Who else do you want to talk to?
Right.
Because I haven't seen you make that effort with anyone.
Right. He's just, I think he genuinely thinks like, I got to bin Jen off because I'll get Kenzie, no doubt. But
maybe
Dylan has one more trick up his sleeve. Casey then pulls Aniya and they have their chat immediately. First of all,
he pulls her and then he goes, "You go first." And she's
you go
like,
first.
"No, you go first." And he goes, "No, you go first." And he forces her to speak.
It's so fucking crazy to me that he complained about never being able to speak, and then finally he has opportunity to speak, and he just is just like, I won't, because he doesn't want to. No. He just wants to get like a verbal lashing from her and move on.
Yes, so that he can then, as we see him say later, be like, how many times do I have to apologize?
Yeah, he wants to be able to hold it over her head. Okay, Aniya then says that she feels like he was disrespectful. He's like, well, I had this whole thing that I was going to say, but then I kept getting interrupted. And she was like, you were never speaking. TT was speaking for you even more. Aniya says that he needed to take accountability and instead he played victim. She says that he hasn't said sorry and he's just like, well, I'm sorry.
Meaningful.
And then, really, right. It was the most forced apology. He was huffing and puffing during this entire conversation. He says that he doesn't want to leave things on bad terms. She's like, listen, I want to be cool, but I also like don't want to be around someone who makes me feel belittled.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And then he goes, one more hug? And she says, fuck no. And then he goes, all right, go get Carl. And Aniya says, leave me the fuck alone. Like, don't tell me what to do.
Yeah. Icky.
This was a great look for Aniya.
Definitely very good look for Aniya. Also, outfit was fire.
Mm-hmm. I also loved when they were getting ready for the night. They were like, we are all like going out, but we're going different places.
Yes.
Like, we're going to the rodeo, you're going to Pilates and then the club. Like, you're like, we are all on the train and we all have different stops.
I do love like going out with like a group of girls and like everyone is dressed pretty differently. I think that is so fun.
Kenzie then pulls Gall into the speakeasy. He tells her that he had a bad conversation with Jen. And Kenzie's like, things are going well with Dylan. Like, I have more feelings for him, but it's just because I've talked to him more. They talk about being in love and how many times they've been in love. And they're like touching all up on each other, which Ian makes a great comment about next episode. He's like, after Gall, like, I had to end things with Jen because he doesn't like being touchy-feely. He needs to now go admit to being touchy-feely with Kenzie or something like that. And she's like, I wanted to see if there was more than a friendship vibe with them. And then they kiss. And I'm very, very confused because this is how we end the episode. And then like by the time we move into episode 25, it feels like they both are like, this isn't going to happen.
Yeah. We didn't really see any resolution there.
I feel like there must have been like another conversation or something that we didn't see.
Yeah.
We now move into episode 25 and we see Casey tell TT about his conversation with Aniya. And she's like, what did you think when Bryce said that he's a boyfriend? And like, I hope that we can get to that level. And this was just weird to me. Like her reaction to the Trinity and Bryce thing was sus.
I actually didn't catch that. That's interesting that she brought that up in such like a early relationship.
She says that she hopes that they're at that level 2 months from now.
Oh, right. Casey and TT. I don't know. I jumped ahead in my mind. I was thinking of Aniya and Carl, and I was like, oh my God, Aniya said that to Carl? Yes. No. Still though, Tiara bringing this up to Casey was also kind of insane. And he was like, yeah, we will be. It's like, what? I wouldn't make that promise.
Also just like that in combination with her being like the one girl that was not jumping up and down for Trinity was just weird. It's giving like I can't be happy for other people or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But to be clear, TT has played it very, very well, I think. Yeah. Like I was concerned. We both gave her our error last week that she was going to like villainize herself and not make friends with any of the OG girls, and they also were open to being friends with her, which was a big part of it. But I think that she did turn that ship around a lot more and a lot faster than I expected her to.
Yeah, I agree. She definitely redeemed herself, but I feel like she keeps, like, in my mind, she'll keep winning points and then immediately they're gone. She'll do shit. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
I feel like she took like 10 steps backwards at the fire pit. She took 15 steps forward with the repair. And she's still forward. She's still ahead of where she was, but it is a little back and forth.
It goes back and forth. I agree.
So like you said, we now see a conversation with Carl and Aniya, and his walls are down, baby. He asks her what she would do if she didn't have to work, and she's like, I would just like live in the woods or travel. And he's like, I would dance. I'm so sad that I didn't get to shake my ass for Meg.
It's funny.
She's glad that things with Casey are put to rest, and then they kiss, and she straddles him, and she ITMs that she thought she was gonna fucking say less.
Okay, Aniya.
She is literally a different person.
I know. Hopefully Casey didn't put this like weird pressure in her mind that she needs to be more sexual. I worry about that.
I feel like she already was a little bit more sexual with Carl, but
I agree.
I just feel like something opened up in her. I don't know. Like, well, and also she's been in the villa long enough that maybe like she's kind of forgetting about the cameras to a certain extent, which happens.
I think that's true. I also would venture to guess she feels much safer with Carl than she ever did with Casey.
Yeah. Jen and some of the girls, or no. Jen tells Jaden and Parmita about Gaul and calls him a pussy-ass bitch. And then Jaden says that she is used to a guy who is more dominant. You like being dominant.
This annoyed me. Caleb. I felt bad for Caleb. I'm like, why? Girls on the show are always saying shit like that. Like, I need him to be more dominant. I'm like, but why? Like, in what way?
It definitely feeds into the toxic dynamic that then makes the men treat the women like shit. Like, they can't really see that it's all connected.
Yes, it's bizarre to me. Like, I don't know. Let men be soft. I don't know. Whatever.
Soft like Brace.
Yeah, exactly. And like Gabe and Lucas are sensitive boys.
Kenzie tells Dylan that she made out with Gaul and that it made her realize her feelings for him. This is where I'm like, maybe she said that to Gaul at the end of the conversation or something. Didn't look like it. Looked like they were enjoying the kiss, but Dylan cries.
Into Kenzie's arms.
She holds him while he cries.
I have a lot of thoughts about this. I'm not going to lie. On one hand, my initial reaction was like, wow, I feel so bad for Dylan. This is an incredible victimization edit. Then I took a moment, zoomed out, and I thought,
yeah, I don't know about that.
Is this a little manipulative? Is he using tears to his advantage here? Is he doing tear play?
For sure. This was definitely tear play.
I know.
But it's a risky move because, I mean, I guess Kenzie did just say, like, it made me realize I want to explore my connection with you, so maybe it feels safe, but it very easily could have given her the ick, and I think probably did.
I agree. It definitely gave her the ick.
Have you seen all of the screenshots of like her face like staring into space over his shoulder as she holds him while he cries?
Yes, but also the pictures,
crazy.
The picture where they like when she tells him like that she's down. I'm getting ahead slightly here, but when she tells him that she's okay with like being more closed off, she looks so fucking miserable.
Yeah.
She's just thinking, fuck, okay, I guess I'll just stick with you until this fucking show is over and then we're going to break up immediately.
Yeah. Aniya tells Sincere about Carl, and Sincere says that he wants to close things off with Melanie, but it kind of implies that like Bryce and Trinity like stole his thunder. Like he doesn't want to steal theirs and like do it now. And then in bed, Dylan tells Kenzie that he appreciates her apology and likes her a lot, and they're like hooking up, and Zach and Kata are like looking over at them, and I feel like they always do this, and I love that for them. Like they're definitely like the people watchers of the villa.
Totally.
Also, I think maybe you missed this or didn't write this, which is totally fine, but it becomes relevant later that as Dylan is like leaving his chat with Kenzie, he talks to Kata and Zach about what happened, and Zach is like, I told you that would happen.
I know.
It is now morning, and Kenzie tells Aniya that she's into Gaul, but she likes Dylan more. And she says, a kiss is basically a handshake to me. It's giving
Iconic.
Gabe.
Yeah, so true. But it's not lustful, Ari. Don't get that confused. It's a handshake. It's not a lustful handshake.
Yeah. There was also a really good TikTok by that same therapist who was talking about this dynamic with Kenzie and how she obviously has some sort of trauma response to like guys being hypersexual and feeling like they're not going to be faithful to her or something, but then like doesn't apply that same logic to her
Herself.
own behavior.
This is very interesting.
Yeah. A kiss is a handshake is crazy.
I agree. It's not a handshake.
Especially the kind of kisses that they be doing.
Oh, but little tongue. Oh, ah! Yeah. That ain't no
Throwback,
handshake.
but do you remember her and Sean? Ew.
I know. I'm like, that feels like it was 1,000 years ago.
I know it really does.
Oh,
She ITMs that she was just trying to explore, but now she feels like she has hurt everyone. And Gaul tells Carl that he feels relieved about the Jen situation and he's not really sure what to do about Kenzie and Dylan, but he wants to talk to Amora. And Carl tells him that he kissed Aniya and he feels good about things.
Kata then tells Jen about Dylan getting upset about the Kenzie kiss. And Jen doesn't like that this is how she's hearing about this kiss through Kata. Jen then says that this is a cycle from Kenzie, that she needs attention to survive in this villa. We then see Kenzie pull Jen and tell her about the kiss with Gaul. And Jen says that she didn't want to find out through others. She says, if this wasn't Love Island, we wouldn't be friends.
Okay.
Kenzie gets mad about this. She gets upset, but she does apologize. I liked Jen's reply to this. She goes, if I wanted to get shit on by a man from Venice Beach, I would have stayed in LA.
No, literally.
Kenzie was very butthurt by the fact that Jen said this, but Jen is not wrong.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Kenzie even ITMs about it. She's like, the things that she said were mean. I'm like, honestly, Kenzie is not too dissimilar from Sincere and Zach in terms of just kind of like thinking only about herself and like doing what she wants and then being annoyed when the implications of that mean that like she has to take responsibility for her actions.
Such a good point. Sincere then teaches Melanie how to sign her name.
This motherfucker, first of all, is doing it wrong. And he also
Yeah.
was like, we'll start with this, then we'll get to verbs. Sincere, you don't know verbs. You cannot
don't know
convince
shit.
me that you know sign language.
No, I agree. He doesn't know shit. He took like one semester.
I need a part of the next movie night clip of Sincere to be him doing this back to back with
Yes.
Amora and then Melanie.
Agreed. Hit him with the double punch.
Like the beloved.
Pow pow. That was, ooh, I can't wait to talk about that. Okay, Sincere says he doesn't want to argue. He wants to be a team. Melanie agrees. She's feeling safe. She's feeling good. Kenzie then tells Dylan about her conversation with Jen. Dylan's like, I didn't realize that you getting to know somebody else meant that you'd be making out with a bunch of other people. And it hurts me and I don't want to get hurt. She's like, well, I do want to pursue you and see where it goes. And he's like, does that mean you don't want to explore anybody else? And with the most dead ass stare into his eyes, she goes, uh-huh.
She is devastated at the turn of events, but she has no other choice.
She's like, I'm a animal backed into a corner. I must appease Dylan at this point. I must appease to get out eventually.
So bad.
Really bad. Then we see a quick chat between Amora and Gaul. They talk about their past jobs and her dog. And then Melanie gets the text. Tonight is movie night.
And Corbin says, when she says, I got a text, he goes, fuck, bruh, we can't have a regular ass day.
No, Corbin, you can't.
No, Corbin, you're on Love Island.
Yeah, this is a television show. There's no such thing as a regular ass day. It is at nighttime in the villa. We see the boys spiraling about what they have said and done. And then everybody comes down. The way that this is functioning, it's girls versus boys. Somebody flips this giant coin, and then they have to pick a numbered door, which reveals a movie.
We've said this before. I'll say it again. Just have them pick
The
a door.
questions.
We don't need them to.
Right.
Yeah, there doesn't need to be questions. There doesn't need to be a coin. Just have them pick a door because we know that the producers are just showing them the things that they want to show them. Like they're not. That's the beauty of the door is that oftentimes we get like clips and you kind of know who it's going to be about. Like the door is just like, no, we have a lineup for you of the movies we'll be showing you tonight. Let's get rid of like any implication that that's not what's happening.
Yeah. I don't know if this is exactly what I saw, but I'm just thinking now, like, it'd be very funny if they had a video of Casey. The door was sorry. The video was of.
I sent you this. It was like in part 2, I'm gonna need Casey to pick a door to open, and it's gonna be
Thank
blank.
you. That was what I was trying to say.
I also saw somebody say that like they did the doors to like traumatize
Casey. He's gonna be like dreaming, having nightmares of doors after Love Island.
He's literally gonna be on his deathbed, like no one
Dreaming
was
of door.
behind my door on night 1.
Right. Okay, so the boys get to pick first. They pick door 6. It's obviously a video of Zach. We see him and Alana talking on night 1 of Casa. We see them kissing. We see Kata crying after seeing the postcard. And then Zach apologizes. He explains that last conversation with Alana and how he was basically like, you know, she's like, oh, I can't like put that much into you. And how he pretty much told her, I'm more invested in Kata.
Yeah, but I didn't like this. This was not a good producer play to be like they didn't show you the good parts of the combo.
Right. It's a good point. Yeah. That's
we
fair.
also see in their very first conversation where he's like, oh, you're a cat mom, I'm a cat dad. Kata goes, bitch, it's your family cat.
Right.
Which I didn't know, and that's crazy.
That is crazy. I agree. I just want to make a note. Melanie has tear streaks already. So they obviously played all these out of order.
The sincere clip was obviously first.
Yeah, for sure. Which is, wow. What a way to start the night.
Right. So they're all a little bit on edge already.
Yeah, at least it came first before the Casey stuff. But yeah.
Well, it came before everything that we see tonight. So
I guess you're right.
Because the tear streaks.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
God, that's tough to start with. Fuck. Okay, anyway, moving on. Anyway, Zach says he wishes he could take it back. The boys get to then pick again. They pick door 8. We get Casey's video. We see Casey calling Aniya a grandmother, saying it is a job to be with her, saying that he hasn't explored and he feels restricted. Then we see images of him and Tiara in Casa on night 1, his conversation and kiss with Sydney. Casey saying that he has nothing in common with Aniya, saying that Aniya is on a thin-ass line.
These were the longest movie night clips I've ever seen. And
I loved
God
every second of it.
bless the producers for it.
Brava, bitches. This was one of, if probably the best movie night I've ever watched.
Same.
And we still have more. I can't wait. I'm foaming at the mouth. Okay. Yes. So then we see his recoupling with Tiara. During this, the girls are like, wait a second, where's the angel girl? And the Casa girls are like, oh, she left after day 2. I thought you guys knew this.
How would they know? It was your job to tell them.
Yeah, it was.
What the fuck? And then Kata, the big ass girl that she is, she sits there silently
like,
and lets Casey and Aniya fight. And she simmers on this fucking information that Zach basically has lied to her.
Yes, and she's putting together a case.
Yes.
She's got the numbers. I'm sure you've
She's
seen
like,
all
this
of
clip
those
wasn't
memes.
about me, but I will be bringing this up.
I will be bringing this up expeditiously.
Casey apologizes and says that he can't make excuses. He's just expressive.
Can't make excuses. Here's an excuse.
Yeah. There was good stuff too, and they are fighting. I feel like Carl is starting to get the ick a little bit personally. Kata then speaks up. She is like, why am I just finding out that Alana left? What she did not say is, Zach, why did you say to me yesterday that you would have brought her back if you could have when you obviously couldn't have, or you could have brought her back if you wanted to when you couldn't have? She's probably too angry in this moment to put those pieces together, but like the lie on top of it. Oh my God. Literally fucking so annoying. And he's like, well, it doesn't matter. And all the boys are standing up for him. They're like, oh yeah. Even the Casa girls are like, he said before she even left that he wanted to choose you. Again, like, this is why you need to be proactive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Trinity asks why Casey dragged on the connection with Aniya and brings up lust, LOL.
Yeah.
Aniya and Trinity yell at the boys and say that Casey was just with Aniya to play it safe until something he wanted more walked in, which is probably true. And then Tiara is like, you guys are not being honest. You all told me that you've never seen Casey as happy as he is with me. Casey speaks up. They argue. They talk over each other, blah, 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 blah. Oh, now at the end of this, sorry, this is where Kata brings up how Alana had left and Zach says, sorry, I said all this before, but Zach says he wasn't going to pick her anyway. And yes, they stick up for Zach. And she's like, it's just weird that you didn't share this information. Agreed.
Yeah.
Next is door 10. Trinity is telling Aniya to bring someone back into the villa, even if Casey doesn't. Casey is like scowling. He fucking hates Trinity's guts.
Mm-hmm.
Aniya is saying that she wants to explore. She wants to put herself first. They show her kiss with Carl, and the boys are like, this is such a double standard. And she's like, but I wasn't disrespectful. And then this is Sincere speaks up and is like, if we had seen your clip first, it would have been exactly the same as Casey's. And yes, he went about it in a less respectful way. And again, we talked about this earlier, but this is where she's like, yeah, that's the point. That's the problem. Casey then stands up and continues arguing with her. And she's like, why is he standing? And she stands and like walks over to their side and he sits and she's like screaming in his face about how they were laughing.
Yeah. This was a lot. The screaming and the yelling like between Casey and Aniya was tough because neither of them were listening to each other. I couldn't even really follow what they were saying.
I'm just over it. And if I'm honest, I was over Casey and Aniya on day one. Like I never felt invested in this couple. So I'm like, whatever. Like, and the fact that the vast majority of what we got in the first half of movie night was all about Casey and Aniya, I'm like, let's see other shit. Let's see something about Kenzie. Let's see something about Zach. Let's see a beautiful clip of Bryce and Trinity yearning for each other.
I know. I do hope we get that too.
I really hope we get that. But I did want to comment also during this video as it was playing, all the girls were like, aw. And Melanie goes, I like this video. I love a rom-com. And all the boys are like so annoyed that the girls are like loving watching this.
I know. Yeah, they really just don't understand. They did make one point, to play devil's advocate very briefly. The boys make one point, I think Zach in particular, about how the girls were going to be yelling at the boys coming back from Casa kind of like regardless of whether or not they had coupled up with anybody. I do think that is true. I think it is. I don't know if it's a double standard, but I do think that the girls were ready to fight kind of like regardless when the guys came back from Casa.
That's not how I interpreted what he said.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was saying like, so you're saying that you're not mad that he coupled up with someone else, but you would have yelled at him regardless if he brought someone back from Casa and you didn't even see how he was moving with her in Casa. But what they haven't fully processed is like how impactful the heart rate challenge live stream was.
Yes, I agree. I took the same thing away. They're not, and the girls bring that up, of course. And Zach, I think, is like, oh right, I forgot they saw they saw the heart rate challenge.
Yeah. But yeah, not that like they were going to yell at them if they came back with somebody or not, that they were going to be mad that they came back with somebody regardless of if it was respectful or not. He's trying to like undermine that argument, which I actually also do kind of agree with. I think that like, yes, the heart rate challenge probably like gave them a sense of how they had been moving. But I don't think that it's fully fair for Aniya to just be like, I wasn't mad that he coupled up with someone else. That's not the problem. Like, come on, girl.
That's not entirely true. Yeah. Of course.
And TT also speaks up and says something about how she didn't feel like the guys would have ganged up on Aniya if she had come back with someone the same way that the girls ganged up on Sincere. And
she's right.
Or on Casey. And Kata and Trinity both just go, and I do it again. I do it again.
I do it again.
And listen, do I like think that they're 100% right? No. But do I value that kind of loyalty and friendship? 100%.
I agree.
Next is door 4. And this is our Sincere clip. And do we see it all?
Wow.
We see his kiss with Soul in Say Less. His other kisses with Soul in the speakeasy. We see that cinematic moment where it looks like Melanie is going to walk in on them. Melanie and Sincere's chat afterwards. Also, there's a moment where he goes, yeah, good timing, and like adjusts. And I'm like, is he hiding a boner right now?
I know. I didn't even catch that the first time. I agree.
I know, me neither. I didn't catch it the first time either.
There were a couple things from this set of clips that I was like, oh, I didn't catch that the first time. I was like, that's so bad.
I know.
Oh my God.
He lies about who asked for that kiss. And we see him telling Bryce and Zach that he enjoyed the kiss with Soul, and then telling Melanie that he's not going to keep kissing Soul or keep exploring with her. And then the same day, per Corbin, our
closed captioning. Yeah.
Him in soul ties with Soul, kissing her. And then we see Sincere tell Soul that he'll talk to Melanie just about how everything went down. It's, it's them, and then the cheers to honesty, and he wants her, and then him calling Soul and Melanie beloved back to back.
Oh my God. There's this meme I had to share. It was so good. Did y'all hear gunshots? Oh, those weren't gunshots. That was the producers unloading the clip of Sincere's lies in the villa.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck. Watching this was gave me like a panic attack on Melanie's behalf. This was fucking brutal to watch.
It was brutal, and it's brutal because even all the guys were like, even Casey was like, oh, this is so bad.
If the guys are like, this is fucked up, then it's really bad.
Yeah.
Woo-wee.
The silence said it all. This clip ends, and first of all, I don't know exactly when this was, but I do have to comment on a hilarious thing that Corbin said. He goes, damn, they be catching everything in this motherfucker. Bruh, voice clear as fuck. And I was like, Corbin is just realizing that they're wearing microphones not matching necklaces.
Like, what did you think was around your neck every day?
I loved everyone being like, Corbin realizing that he's on a show. And then also after every single clip, he just kept saying, next clip, bruh. Oh my God. But this episode ends on a very sad note. Melanie is crying. She's doing this like really like it breaks my heart. This, like, really soft voice. She's like, I'm okay. Yeah. And they keep being like, you're not crazy. And she keeps going, I know.
She's like, I know I wasn't crazy.
Yeah. And then Sincere says that he tends to say a lot, and it really means a little bit.
Cool. So your word means nothing is what you're saying.
Right.
Cool.
But I'm saying he knows that. Like, I think, like,
this is,
I don't know what it is about him. There's just like a disconnect. Like, he's so chaotic. I don't know. But there is a part of him that's like very sincere towards how he's feeling in the moment.
I don't know. I think to me, it just comes across as like being overly verbacious. What's the word if you're just talking a lot, basically?
Gregarious?
No, because that's like talking like loudly. I think it's verbacious.
No.
Verbose? Overly verbose. I think that's what I'm looking for here. And
Verbose is, using way too many
Yes.
words to make a point.
love it. Okay, yes, being overly verbose as a means to get his way out of it. Because he loves a metaphor. He loves to fucking talk.
He wants to like lead you down a long winding path where at the end you don't even remember where you started.
Exactly. I wonder what his Mercury sign is in. It's giving Gemini. Anyway.
Anyway, to wrap it up here, he says that he might have done a little bit too much, but he knew what choice he wanted to make. And he apologizes for how he conducted himself. And he says, I know it looks bad. I know it was bad. Melanie has nothing to say. And I keeps being like, you sure you don't want to say anything? And she's like, I'm okay. I'm okay. She's like she reverts to her like child self. This like really was heartbreaking to see.
Very.
And then we see Sincere complain to the boys about how they're showing old clips.
I was like, Sincere, you are on TV.
That is what movie night is. And also, this was like a week ago.
Right.
Crazy.
Yep.
Melanie is like, Aniya, can you hold my hand? I'm shaking.
This was really sad.
I'm glad that she yells at him next episode.
Me too. Thank fucking God. I'm so glad that they showed us that because I was like, this bitch needs to go the fuck off on him. She needs to whip out that Philly girl that's deep inside.
Oof.
Okay, let's do our hot take. I think this will be like a nice palate cleanser hot take.
Oh, good.
And this is from Caleb.
This is Caleb, not the Islander. And my hot take is, okay, well, this isn't the hot take. This is just the take. We all know that Trinity and Bryce are going to win the season. The hot take is that they are endgame and that Trinity is evolved enough and sexually open enough that she is going to let Bryce have a boyfriend on the side and get what he needs as long as the boyfriend is not Zach. She hates Zach. I'm not really sure why. Maybe she has something against bottoms.
Thank you, Caleb.
Thanks for clarifying that you're not the Islander.
I do generally agree.
He is standing strong by his take that Zach is a bottom.
Yes.
I mean, he would know better than us, but I don't agree.
Maybe, Caleb, DM us tomorrow after you listen to this and let us know if your opinion has changed. I saw a very hot take. Yeah, I saw Vulture posted this Brinity peaked too soon. Did you see this?
No,
article?
But I was thinking about that in terms of like it is kind of early in the season to say boyfriend, girlfriend. Like we traditionally would have seen like closed off and then boyfriend, girlfriend later on.
Yeah.
And a part of the reason that you go through those steps is to like have a continuous storyline.
Yeah. Well, Bryce is not a player of this game. He's just getting lucky.
What do you think about, a lot of people are saying that he is like ripping off like how Nick was with Alandria.
I don't think he is ripping off what Nick did. I feel like they're totally different play styles.
I know, but there are like specific things like the wiping the makeup off of their face and saying leave it. Or, I mean, this is not on him, but they both did go on jet ski dates. Or he said something about like watering their plant and like nourishing their connection.
Okay, well, so did Corbin and Sincere. But
I know. I agree. I don't think that that's what's happening at all.
I mean, I completely understand that perspective, but Bryce just seems too naive about Love Island as a game on a whole. I'm not sure that like Nick and Landry are on his radar.
Do you think he hasn't watched?
I don't think he's watched.
I could see it.
I bet Zach has told him quite a lot by proxy, but I don't think Bryce knows any of this firsthand.
I wonder if Zach was trying to break up Bryce and Trinity because he knew that it would be so powerful and would win over him and Kata.
I like this theory.
I mean, also, can we like go back to that? I would like for that to be a clip, actually, on movie night. Zach talking shit about Trinity.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Let's like get a little bit of fucking like drama between Bryce and Zach or something.
Maybe
that would
we
be
will.
so fascinating to me.
That would be really fascinating.
I need it. Okay. Caleb, love that hot take. Except that I want Bryce for myself. But outside of that, I'm fully on board.
So fair. All right, Ari, let's do our awards.
Something about like the videos I've seen of him DJing, I'm like so turned on by him all of a sudden.
I'm dead. Maybe I'll get there by the end of the season. I'm not there quite yet.
I'll send you some videos.
Okay, please do.
Okay, Maura, who is your MVP?
I really struggled with this. I have an idea of who I want to give it to next episode. So I'm going to give this set of episodes to Aniya. I thought she's playing a strong game. Like you've said, she is like a beautiful new butterfly hatched from her cocoon of misery with Casey. And now she gets to explore with Carl. And I'm very interested to see how this comeback story for her goes.
Mm-hmm.
I think she has a lot of ability to really like rise through the ranks very rapidly with this one, if she can play it right. What about you?
I also struggled a little bit. A part of me wants to give it to Bryce for his winner's play with Trinity. I don't think he was the main character of these episodes, though, so I'm going to give it to Melanie. I think that's maybe who you were talking about giving it to next episode. But I just think that she has done such a good job. Like, in the beginning of the season when I was like, we haven't gone too far. We're still, like, in orange flag territory. Like, you're not totally off the deep end, like walk it back. She really has. She has a lot of self-control. She did such a good job in these episodes of showing up for Aniya as a really, really good friend and also victimizing herself in this movie night with Sincere. So
Agreed.
I'm giving it to Melanie.
Love that. Who was your most toxic Islander?
Can't really decide again between Casey and Zach.
Yeah, I'm leaning KC, I guess.
Same.
That feels like the most obvious.
But
yeah.
Zach. He also at some point when him and Sincere talked at the end of the conversation, he goes, fucking women.
Oh.
You missed that?
Oh, I did.
I think I'm going to give it to Zach because I've given it to Casey a lot. But I do have to say something about Casey. Like, literally, like, his face scares me now. He, like, looks like a villain. Like, he has gone through, like, a really crazy transformation. Him and Aniya both have, but in opposite ways. And I'm just like, what is happening? Like, what were you doing before?
Not being scary.
Not being
mean.
Real. Obviously,
yeah, not being
like
real.
The real them.
That is definitely what this is. We're finally seeing his real self. Yeah. Oh, hate to see it.
What was your most shocking moment?
The Sincere clips. Whoa. The back-to-back-to-back of it all, seeing all of it, I was like, that hit me like a ton of bricks. What about you?
I wasn't that shocked by that because I guess I like how much the producers included, but like, I don't know. I felt like I saw all of that as it played out and we knew it and talked about it.
It's something about like, you know how like when you watch like a TV show, like one by one, week to week, it's a different impact than when you binge it. This was like a binge watch of Sincere's worst moments with Soul and Melanie first pre-Casa. And it was just like had this like a different effect on me. I don't know why.
Yeah. I am going to go with Kenzie dropping into a clam slam in front of Meg the Stallion.
That's good. I like that. What was your error?
My error was Zach saying he would have brought back Alana if he wanted to.
Oh, fuck. That is a probably better error than mine. I picked Casey's apology to Aniya, which was barely an apology. But your error is probably going to be worse.
What was your LOL moment?
I'm sure it's the same one. Still you rise, I guess. Was that yours too? Yeah.
Okay, I feel like it's that time in the season where you need to start doing finalist predictions with me.
Happy to do so. I think Bryce and Trinity, Kata and Zach. I'm thinking Bryce and Trinity 1, at least as it stands. Kata and Zach in 2. I think Aniya and Carl and Kenzie and Dylan.
You don't think Melanie and Sincere will
Melanie and Sincere will probably be 4.
I think that our core 4 will be the final 4. I agree, except for I think that Aniya and Carl will come in 4th, then Melanie and Sincere, then Zach and Kata and Trinity and Bryce will win.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. Well, thanks for sticking with us through a honker of an episode.
It was a long one.
Simply cannot wait for movie night part 2. If you're listening to this on Thursday, we will be savoring that together tonight, and we will be back to break it all down on Monday.
See you then.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening. Please follow us at She's Got the Chat on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, and YouTube. Rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts. Please share us with a friend, an enemy, a coworker, a family member, a local politician. Bye.